for joining us. We are here with Les Simpson, who is running for Council Member Place 4, and you are currently sitting on the City Council, correct?
Yes, correct.
Well, thank you for joining us. We appreciate that.
Yeah, good to be here. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, so we're going to start just by telling us a little bit about your resume, your qualifications. We know you're already on City Council, but just kind of explain that a little bit.
Yeah, so I've been a resident of Amarillo for 22 years. Raised my family here, had two daughters that grew up here, went to school here. For 15 of those years, I was publisher of the Amarillo Globe News, and then I left that position, and now I've started my own business for the last 7 years called the Entrepreneur Source, where I help people explore business ownership and go into business for themselves. So very in touch with the business community just through the profession and the business that I have now. Have had the good fortune to serve on dozens of organizations, boards, and those types of things, and I gotten to know the community. And 2 years ago, just felt like it was time to have maybe more of a common sense approach in City Hall and providing leadership and experience. And so ran 2 years ago, had the good fortune of being elected. Feel really proud of a lot of the things that we've accomplished on City Council, but still more work to do, I think. So I've decided to run for another term, and I've enjoyed talking with people about the issues and hoping to earn their trust and serving them 2 more years.
No, that's great. And so tell us a little bit about your platform that you're running on. I know that infrastructure and transparency is big for a lot of people, but kind of what are your platforms that you're running on?
Well, I think, when you've never served before, you say, here's what I'm going to do. When you have served, then you have to be held accountable. So some of what I'm running on is similar to what we ran on 2 years ago, but I think we've accomplished a lot. Public safety is always one of the top issues with voters. So we have done several things to increase salaries of our first responders, police and fire, because the problem is we just weren't competitive with other cities, and we were losing great police officers and firefighters to other communities because of the salary issue. So we've been able to increase that. We're working on replacing aging equipment and equipping particularly our police department with the latest in technology, with a new regional crime center to be able to fight crime. There's more work to be done on that. I think we need to take a look at the salaries and making sure that all of our equipment is being replaced for them. Obviously, we have a wastewater treatment plant to be able to look at. And at the end of the day, that's what I think voters really want you to focus on. There are certain fundamental things that only a government are going to do. Public safety is one of those. Private sector is not going to handle your police for you. Making sure your water and sewer lines and roads are in good condition. One of the things that we worked on was we funded about $47 million in improvements for flood mitigation. When we first took office, we had some historical flooding in the area. There were some problems that needed to be addressed. We purchased pumps with much more larger pumping capacity and other things. So I think we still have work to do on this. Really we're looking at decades of where these issues haven't really been addressed, and you just can't make that up in 1 or 2 years. So we're in a good trajectory on that. We've made advancements on that, but I think that's something that we need to continue to work on for the next 2 years.
No, of course, and like you mentioned, it's hard to get a lot of these things done in 2 years,
yes.
And you can start the process, but you can't finish them.
Yes.
And so what is something that maybe you have seen in past councils that you wanted to push forward and haven't gotten the chance in the 2 years and are wanting to push forward?
Yeah, there are several issues that I think we've made some progress on, but not enough on, and I'd like to do that. And I kind of call it the 3 Ps, people, pets, and parks. So if you look at the people I'm talking about, we have a problem in this community with the homeless population. We've invested, and the private sector and the community has seen this. They've invested a lot of private money in Transformation Park. Churches have come together like never before. So we're beginning to make headway on that. There's still a lot more to do on that. We have a good community services department. So let's see how Transformation Park runs. We need to look at that and make sure that that's providing a need and service. But that's something else that we need to continue to focus on. The pet population is really, it's one of the problems that we have, one of the largest that we don't talk about a lot. We have taken in more pets each year for consecutive years for many years. And it's not only that animals aren't being treated well, but in some parts of our community, it's not safe to walk down the streets because there's dogs loose, they're attacking people, And this pet issue is something that we still need to do. We're working on a plan that's going to set aside about $500,000 to encourage people to spay spay, neuter their pets, because if we don't handle the reproduction issue, there's no way we're going to be able to do that. We are making a little bit of a headway. One of the programs we've had in the pet area is that encouraging people to get their pets chipped. And actually in 2024 was the first year we've seen a slight decrease in the number of animals that have gone to the animal welfare management location out on Osage. We took in fewer animals in 24 than we did in 23. And one of the reasons why so many more animals are chipped and we're able to reconnect them with our owners without having to take them out there. So we're making very small but incremental positive steps through the chipping program that's helping to this. That's another issue. And then the third is parks. We've got to invest in that. Council is about to issue about $7 million in debt for park lighting and park improvements. That is something that we're doing here as we're ending this. But parks are very important to quality of life, and so we've got to be able to figure out additional ways. So those are three issues that I think we've made some advancement on, but really need some focus in the next 2 years.
Of course, and so really this last minute, I'll give you a minute just to kind of tell people why they should vote for you and why you are the best candidate for the Amarillo citizens.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. There's no substitute for experience, and these are only 2-year terms. So about the time you get elected and kind of figure things out, it's time to do it again. So I think to continue to make this progress, having someone that already has that experience that wants to continue to do that, they can hit the ground running. I think, my experience, I think, is going to let me be able to help, work with whoever else is on the council to use that experience to move things forward, maybe more quickly and look to get even more things done in the coming years. And, if voters are satisfied with some of the progress that we've made and the track record, then I'd appreciate a couple more years of being able to do that for them.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Les. I really do appreciate you coming. It has been so great talking to you, and good luck with the rest of the election season.
Great. Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.